Let me start by saying I don't have all the answers. I, myself, am a work in progress, but I have benefited from a pretty significant investment that NASA has made in me, in my personal and professional development over my career. I'm talking about professional development courses, classes, executive coaching, and for myself, I've pursued some therapy along the way, and I have read a lot of self-help books. For me, and what I wanted to share with this community today was something that I've really anchored on as tremendously important for me in my personal and professional life, which is the concept of anti-fragility. And I will share some personal stories of my career along the way and hope that you see that it's really important for all of us as space nerds and for our industry itself. Okay, has anybody ever thought, my career is over, exclamation point. Yeah, I have, absolutely. I used the wrong font, or I used the Artemis template in this PowerPoint presentation and didn't provide attribution. My career is over. Normally it is said in jest as a joke. But have you ever been told your career is over? No exclamation point. Your career is over, period. I have, and I was told this by people that I greatly admired and respected, my bosses and mentors at NASA headquarters. It was an absolute gut punch. It broke my heart. I was devastated. What happened? I worked for about 10 years at NASA headquarters. I focused on space policy, strategic planning, and budgets at NASA. I loved my job. The opportunity came up, though, for Chris and I to move to Houston, for me to experience life at the Johnson Space Center and leave Washington, D.C., leave the space policy community in Washington, D.C. And some of my mentors were really encouraging. They thought that this is a great opportunity for you, but some could not see it as an opportunity, and several told me, straight, no chaser, your career is over. My last day in Washington, D.C. and at NASA headquarters was in November of 2017. I took these two pictures on my last day at NASA, and I remember very clearly because I was crying. I was really concerned that they were right, that my career was over. Why was this so hard to hear? Why was this so difficult to think as a part of my new reality, that my career was over? Because working at NASA, being a part of the space community, was such a core part of who I am, a core part of my identity. And it's also the thing I am most passionate about. And I know that everybody in this room knows what I'm talking about. And I know when I flash this next slide, you're all going to feel something, maybe in your tummy, maybe in your heart, but bam, the moon illuminated in the darkness of space, right? And here I am standing at Rice University, so forgive me, or do it with me. We choose to go to the moon and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Yeah. You guys know what it's like, or you will, over the course of your career, to meet this intersection of your identity and your passion with adversity and uncertainty. Space is hard. Space careers will be hard. And you might have someone say to you what someone said to me, that my career was over. If you ever experience this, please, 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 don't try to tell yourself or someone else who is going through this that it'll be fine, or to give it time, or worst of all, to care less. I have been told to care less. That was worthless. That was not helpful at all. What was actually helpful was to ask myself, okay, someone told you your career is over. That may or may not be true, but what is most important to you? And as I considered that, what I love, What is most important to me is to stay in this community, to be a part of this amazing adventure, to maybe be a part of leading the future of human space exploration. How was I going to bounce back from being told that my career was over? Or really, how was I going to bounce forward? And this really represents the difference between resilience, the ability to bounce back in the face of adversity, and anti-fragility. Or, to illustrate the example between resilience and anti-fragility with an example that we are all experiencing this week, the difference between repairing your electrical grid after a hurricane or using the hurricane as an opportunity to build a better electrical grid for the city of Houston. I am referencing here in the concept of anti-fragility, the book by Nassim Nicholas Taleb called Anti-Fragile. Really encourage everyone to check it out. But how did I develop this idea of becoming anti-fragile, of facing a challenge and adversity with an anti-fragile mindset, which really means looking at it as an opportunity to get stronger, to get better for myself? I don't think I knew what I was doing as I was doing it, but as I look back and reflect on how did I go from, oh my God, my career might be over, to where I am today, and where I am today, I'm very proud of what I've accomplished. I did 3 very simple things. The first, spit it out. This actually just means challenge assumptions, or challenge what you are being told. The best piece of advice I have ever gotten is about the nature of advice itself, and that's to treat it like a wine tasting. Yeah? You take a sip of this wine, you hear this advice or an unsolicited comment, and if it is not for you, if it is not good for you, spit it out. The second, sounds so simple, but ask for help. One of the things that was most scary when I was told that my career was over was I got down to the Johnson Space Center, and my first couple of months were pretty rough. I was not in a position that I felt very fulfilled in, and I was very worried that those people who had told me that my career was over were right. So I reached out, I asked for help, and I explained my situation to some friends and some colleagues, and one person said, hey, have you heard about this new thing that we're just kind of starting up called Gateway? The third one, then, is to absolutely jump on opportunities, but really to create opportunities for yourself. I didn't just say yes to the job in Gateway. I created a position and really influenced the direction of the program, and that's really what I am most proud of, is embracing this opportunity to grow and make it what I wanted it to be. And where we are today on the Gateway program is incredibly exciting. It's been 6 years for me working on this lunar space station, and I'm really proud of my personal growth, the team that I have built, and where we are. This picture was just taken 2 weeks ago in Italy. This is our first habitable element of the Gateway space station, just having finished its welding and going through some testing. But you're space nerds. You know that this is a beautiful picture, but we have a long road still ahead of us. And what I am realizing now is that Gateway and Artemis have become my core sense of identity and my passion. And I know that I will be facing, and my program will be facing, adversity and uncertainty in the years to come. So what I am going to try to do for myself and for my team is to develop that anti-fragile mindset, to look at every challenge that comes along as an opportunity for us to be stronger, to be better, and that is just a flip of a switch in your mind. That is walking into a room as the leader of a team and saying, never waste a crisis with a smile on your face. That is literally all it takes to change and reframe a moment of crisis. So I invite you all to think about resiliency and anti-fragility. Space is hard. These moments will come in all of our careers. They will continue to come for me. I know this. If I will try to be anti-fragile, I will try to build a team and a program that is anti-fragile, that is able to bounce forward, and it is a practice that I will build muscles for and get better at every single time. Because ad astra, para spera, right? Okay. Thank you very much.